Here's the truth about transgender kids that they don't want you to know. I think that's how a video like this is supposed to start, right? The truth that the government doesn't want you to know, the mainstream media doesn't want you to know. I am not really a they don't want you to know type guy, but here it is. There is an exhaustive report on gender-affirming care for trans kids, and they don't want you to know. Here's the backstory. In 2023, the Utah state legislature, controlled by Republicans, passed a law that banned care for transgender kids. Or actually, as a compromise, it was a moratorium. The plan was this. The legislature asked the University of Utah to do a comprehensive review of gender-affirming care for minors. What it was, whether it was safe, whether it worked. Then, the university would report back. The legislature could decide whether to make the ban permanent. It was conducted by a group called the Drug Regimen Review Center at the U of U's College of Pharmacy. Usually they report on whether certain treatments are effective for Medicaid. In other words, they're folks who do this stuff all day. They're not political appointees, not politicians, just regular scientists doing their job. And again, this is a job given to them by the Republican legislature. Last year, after about 2.5 years of study, the University of Utah handed in that report. It is 1,000 pages long. The whole thing's online. I'm just going to read from what they found. The consensus of the evidence supports that the treatments are effective in terms of mental health psychosocial outcomes and the induction of body changes consistent with the affirmed gender in pediatric patients. The evidence also supports that the treatments are safe. It is our expert opinion that policies to prevent access to and use of gender-affirming care for treatment of gender dysphoria in pediatric patients cannot be justified based on the quantity or quality of medical science findings or concerns about potential regret in the future. In other words, gender-affirming care for kids works. That's what the actual evidence says. But of course, the report barely made the news outside of Utah. And also, of course, the Utah legislature is banning care anyway. Gender-affirming care is good medicine. That's what they don't want you to know.